Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be, and welcome to a very special interview of the Finalcut Podcast. And today's guest is a man who is in one of the biggest boy bands of the 90s, soon to be appearing on Boys on Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you from Damage, Andrez. How are you doing, mate?
How are you doing?
Not bad, not bad.
Very well, thank you.
Well, I guess that's the first question answered. Because I was actually just going to ask how are you doing, but you've just answered it.
Oh, very, very well, very well. Glad to be speaking.
Yep, it's. I did say before we started that, but I'll just say it again. It is an honour to finally talk to you after a few decades.
Yes, of course. A lot of time has gone by.
Yep.
But we're all healthy. Everybody is well, so good to catch up.
Yep. So I'll start off with a second question. As many people might or might not know, you went to the Sylvia Young Theatre School.
I did indeed. Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, Sylvia Young is based over in near Marylebone area, and I was there. I went there part time, so I went there on a Saturday, and that was very influential in kind of putting me on my performing arts journey. I featured in Grange Hill, got into various musicals. Porgy and Bess at the Royal Opera House, Carmen Jones at the Old Vic, where I met Jay Jones. And then Jade introduced me to the rest of the band, and that's how Damage became formed. So Sylvia Young was very influential in kind of bringing all of us together.
Yeah, just for those who listen who don't know who's come out of Sylvia Young, I'll just say a few names. Leanne Pinnock from Little Mix, Amy Winehouse, Leona Lewis, Dua Lipa, Nicholas Hoult, who was in the X-Men movies, Vanessa White from the Saturdays, Melanie, Nicole, and Natalie from All Saints. So you could say it's a lot of people come out of there who have really long careers, yourself included.
Yeah, no, incredible. And I mean, Russ, Noel and Jade went to, what was their school called? Not Anna not Telecom. Oh God, it skipped my mind. But they went to a prestigious performing arts school, just as similar to mine. So yeah, we've all kind of come through that performing arts route.
Yeah. Now,
Barbara Speaks.
Barbara Speaker, yeah.
They went to Barbara Speaks.
Yeah. Now, you're a singer, obviously, and apparently the lady in your life is a singer as well. She was on The Voice recently. So do you two ever have any singing battles whatsoever? Or is it just like...
No, my wife is... I mean, I sing, but my wife is what we call a singer. She's on a whole different league to me. So, no, we don't have any singing battles. But my wife often sings around the house to our daughter. And, yeah, it's a great home to be... It's a great home for my daughter to have two parents who sing, absolutely.
So, obviously, you're going on the Boys on Tour next year. Yes, that was a bit difficult to get out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Damage are on this tour, so what can everyone go and expect from you guys on the night they go to see you?
Well, look, I think what they can expect from all of the bands is a really nostalgic night, a trip down memory lane. You get to hear all the hits from the various different bands. And, you know, our demographic generally is people probably from the age of, let's say, late 20s, right up to maybe 60. So it's a night out, you know. You'll hear all the songs that you grew up on as a teenager. And Damage are known for really slick dance moves, great vocals, great harmony. And just wherever we perform, we try and bring the best show possible. So we're going to be going up and down the country and just kind of putting our best foot forward and letting people experience true Damage experience.
So obviously on the actual tour nights there will be Damage material on there. Will there be anything new to go along with it?
No, I don't think that's for us, that's not what the tour's about. I think some of the other bands may do that, but for us it's about taking our fans, as I said, for a trip down memory lane, doing the hits that they're well aware of. And yeah, just ensuring everybody has as much fun as possible. So no new material, not at this stage.
But will there be any in future?
Oh, great question. I'm not sure. I think we're very comfortable at the moment performing our old back catalogue. You know, the fans really love it, and who knows, we shall see. But at the moment, there's no plan for that.
Well, I hope there is a plan, whether it be in either next month, next year, or in a couple of years.
No problem. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. I'll let the band know.
So you've been, obviously you were Damaged. How long have you been Damaged for? Is it 20 years? Is it something like that?
20 plus years, yeah. I mean, Well, even more than that, probably coming to about 25, up end of 25 years.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? I'll say being back together, even though you probably never really left. It's kind of like being on sabbatical, isn't it? Really. So how did it feel to come off it?
Well, no, it's been great. We did have a break. We had a break where some of us were not together, some of us were not speaking for a good few years, and it's just that's just normal life. You travelled the world together. I first got into Damage when I was 12 years old, so it was a major part of my teenage life into my early 20s. So we all took a break from each other. Some remained in contact, and coming back together to perform, it was actually triggered by the death of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
When Michael Jackson passed, I remember watching the funeral, and I remember thinking to myself, we have to have some time together. We can't, leave this earth and not get back together. So I invited the whole band over to my house. We cooked a lovely meal, and then we just kind of floated the idea, let's get an agent involved and let's see if anybody wants to see us. My diary has been booked for the last 5 or 6 years.
So obviously it's been, like you said, 25 years since you guys been together. How do you fit? Well, I'll try and word this as best I can. How have you guys all changed from when you first started the band up?
Well, we're men. We started as boys, and we're now men. We're fathers. 2 of us are husbands. Jake been in a very, very long-term relationship with Emma, and they've been fiancés for many, many years. So it's changed in the sense of, as anybody listening to this will know, as you go out of your teenage years, you go into your early 20s, you find a partner who you really love, and you have children, and you have your home, your property. So we've just gone through that normal growth, that normal transitional period. But what's happened is we've been able to look at the best parts of Damage, which is us performing, us singing, us being a brotherhood, and we've been able to mix that with our daily lives, our work lives, and our family lives. And I think we're getting the balance right. We're having a lot of fun and getting the balance right.
So this is a toughie for you. If you could go back and change anything musically that you've done, is there anything that you would do differently?
Great question.
I like to make things a bit harder than your typical interviewer.
Is there anything we've changed musically? I don't think there's anything we would change musically ourselves. I think what I would have liked was for the music industry as a whole to have been more receptive to R&B at the time that we had put music out. Damage were definitely trailblazers around the pop R&B sound. And when I reflect now, when I look at the way that R&B, hip-hop, grime, UK hip-hop is kind of dominating the charts, it would have been lovely to have had exposure and to have more artists coming through that had the same exposure. So I wouldn't change anything that we did musically, but I would have liked to have seen what Damage could have done at a time and an era where the music industry was more responsive to our sound.
Right, so how can anyone who either likes you, any other boys, or Damage yourself, how would they go about finding you on social media?
Okay, so the official Damage Instagram is @officialdamage. Our Twitter is @officialdamage. And if you go on to @officialdamage, then you'll be able to find us individually. My name is @Andrez DMG, then you've got @Russ DMG, @Jake Jones DMG, and @Noel DMG. So find @officialdamage, and then it will lead you to all 4 of us.
Efficient, I like that. Right, so, last question before I have a bit of fun with you. Nothing intentional, obviously. What can the audience listening get a taste of what they can expect from you and the boys?
Can they get a taste of what to expect?
Yep, if you like.
As in, are you asking me to sing something? Is that what you're asking?
I'm only asking if they can have a taster of what is to come, should they come and see you.
They'll have no teasers off me this evening, because I'm speaking to you from home. But what they will, the only thing I will say is they're going to get all the hits. They're going to get all the Damage hits.
And a good time as well, obviously.
Oh, an incredible time. Right,
do you fancy a bit of fun?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I do this with every interview I have. So a bit of role play, if you like. I am the head of Capital FM. obviously he's well paid. So I say to you, right, we're doing with Capital FM Summertime Ball this year. You and the Damage Boys are the headliners. You've got to choose 10 other acts, groups, or singers for those 10 slots. The money is no object. So if it doesn't matter if it's 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, or in this last decade. Who would you pick?
Ooh, my goodness. Can I choose 5? It's a lot to think of. Can I go for 5?
Yeah, 5 will do, yeah.
Alright, so 5 names. Right, we're definitely going to have Stormzy on.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to have Damage, so that's 2. Jingle Bell Ball. I think we're going to bring out... So and I think we'll bring out another band from our era. No, actually, I think I'll bring out Soul to Soul, so Jazzy B and Soul to Soul. And I'll probably get a DJ set from Jazzy B, actually. I think we'll bring out Ed Sheeran. I think we will then go for... Oh, this is such a good question. I think we might go for Mr. Justin Bieber.
The Bieber.
I think
a lot of people actually do say Ed Sheeran as well, so it's kind of a common thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're going to do the Capital Jingle Bell Ball, you want to have the songs like Thinking Out Loud that you're playing in Wembley Stadium. So I think I've given you about 3 or 4 there.
Yeah.
And finally, let's wrap up with... I might bring JLS on, actually.
Ooh, that'll really tempt the punters to come with JLS.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be a great show. Damage and JLS, so you could see, our style. You could see JLS, and we could both pay tribute to each other. Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you like me to fill in the last 5 for you? Because I've always got 5 on the brain.
Go ahead.
Craig David.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Yep. From nowadays, I would have Taylor Swift. I'd have Little Mix, obviously. Dua Lipa, keeping it in with Sylvia Young. So I need, Taylor Swift, that's 3, need 2 more. I would actually go all out to get a Backstreet Boys reunion there. And,
oh my goodness, absolutely.
Yep, and NSYNC as well, because my lady is a big Justin Timberlake fan.
Okay, so I'm just going to revise my whole thing. I'm going Jazzy B, Soul Sound. I'm going for NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, JLS, and then to top it off, we'll do Ed Sheeran. So it's going to be like a boy band bonanza.
Well, you definitely get all the ladies in there. That's all I will say on that. Right, just one more quick fun question. It actually tests your knowledge about how well you know the arenas in this country and Scotland and Wales, obviously. So you do like a reunion tour of all your old hits. So I say you can pick 10 venues in England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. It can be any. It doesn't matter where it is. Which 10 venues would you go to?
I think that's such a good question. Right, so it has to be arenas, yeah?
Yeah, it can be arenas, small arenas, clubs, anywhere.
All right, cool. So we're doing the O2.
Of course.
In London. We're going to do Brighton Dome. I think the Brighton Dome is a lovely venue. Or Brighton BICC, I think it might be called.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go up and do... Birmingham Symphony Hall.
Oh yeah, I do like Birmingham Symphony Hall. Been there many a time.
Yeah, Birmingham Symphony Hall. Sorry, I'm too much for as I talk to you. How unprofessional. Birmingham Symphony Hall. I think I'll do the O2 Academies in Manchester, Liverpool.
5.
Sheffield.
6.
Because I like the intimacy. I think if I go up to Glasgow, we'll do the SECC.
do like that. There's a nice Indian just down the road from there, actually, that I recommend you try out.
I've been there. Is that the one where they bring the naan breads out on like a little pole? Is that the same place, or is it a different place?
Well, it was called the Indian Koi, but it's now been renamed Himalaya, but that's where I've been, and it is probably the best Indian I've ever had in this country and Scotland.
Right, you let me know after the details, because I'll go there next year on tour.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you got 3 more.
Am I at 7?
You need 3 more.
3 more, right. Okay, I'm going to go over to Dublin.
Yeah.
Absolutely, has to go to Dublin. I've forgotten the name of the venue in Dublin, but whatever arena is in Dublin.
I think it's an O2, I think.
The O2? Okay,
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
The O2 in Dublin.
2.
And I'm going to choose one more in London. I'm going to choose the Indigo O2 in London.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the same venue as the O2, but it's a lovely, intimate venue.
I think I've been there as well. Because it is. I think I've actually been to one you're thinking of. It is actually a nice little venue.
Yeah. Yeah, which is incredible. And I think I've got one more for you.
You have? Do you want me to give you a few options?
In Leeds.
Oh, Leeds.
Okay,
I was about to say I'll give you a few options if you want, but you've just picked Leeds.
I said Leeds. Something in Leeds would be
yeah.
good.
First Direct Arena.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. Love First Direct. I think we did that on the big reunion tour.
Yeah.
2015. So, yeah, I love that venue.
Well, that's all 10.
Nice and easy.
Right. Okay, thank you very much for this interview.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for being so creative with your questions. Some people can be quite boring. So thank you for being so creative.
I try and make things as creative as I can, just so it's not all doom and gloom with the questions.
Yeah, no, awesome.
Right, thanks very much, mate.